So what's up, people? So yeah, I'm still fighting this thing, but I gotta say I've only smoked 2 cigarettes yesterday, and this is my first one today, and I probably won't smoke another one till way in the afternoon. I'm trying to separate it, and yeah, they're gonna still put a stent in, so that's all a go. But anyway, so I figured I'd do this one in the dark because this is kind of like a scary one too, to say the least. So it's like I want to say it's like 2015 Halloween, and I'm living in Orlando with this woman, and there's this guy that throws a mansion party. No other way to describe it. I mean, it's a huge house, and he puts up decorations. He makes a haunted house, like like a maze you walk through, and it's like elaborate. And you bring your own um, liquor, and people bring all kinds of stuff, and I mean, I'm talking a lot of people go like every year, and this is an invite only, and also after midnight, no phones. I don't even know what that is. I can't even tell you, and if I did, I had to kill you. So anyway, that particularly year, because we went a few years in a row, but that particular year, we go well, we meet up with her coworker and his boy and her boyfriend, and you know, I'm getting a good buzz on, at this point. But my man is fucking smashed, and she's pretty fucking hammered herself. And my girl, she don't really drink. She drinks, but she's not like she don't even drink like that. But anyway, so I'm sitting there with my girl, and she's like, "Yo, you gotta get the keys off of him. Like he's not, he can't, he's in no shape to drive." And he wasn't. Like, and I mean, technically, I wasn't supposed to drive. And at this point, I was driving truck, so I get caught. It's point zero .08 for the rest of the world. For anybody in any kind of transportation, it's point zero .04. So basically, if you just smell a beer, that's enough to get you locked up. And so anyway, so I go to him. I'm like, dude, you got to give me the keys. You're like pretty hammered. And he's like, all right. He didn't even fight me on it. So he's like, here. So he had this like hybrid car, like half gas, half electric. At a certain point, it like turns electric or something, saved you on gas or whatever. I'm driving it, and and it drives nice. He's like, floor it, man. See how fast this thing goes. It's fucking super fast, and it was. I mean, took off like a shot. And when it gets to that point, it's like goes electric, and man, it takes off. And we all know electric cars, Teslas, they're pretty fast. So anyway, we get to like the road where he kind of lives down. We turn, we're going down. He's like, punch it again. Go ahead. I'm punching it. I get to, I get down the road, and I get to the street where I'm supposed. Well, it's not a street. I'm like at a stop sign, and as soon as I turn left, he lived in a gated community. There was a gate right there that would open when I pulled up to it. But he's like, go ahead, go down the road a little more. He says, go ahead, punch it again. I mean, he's drunk and he's telling me all this shit. He's like, hey, you got a fucking half a mile. So I'm like, all right, man. At first I said no. I'm like, look, let's just take you home. He's like, go ahead, do it, just do it. I said, all right. So I floored it, and I'm flying down the road, and it's dark, and the road curves like it's meant to slow you down, right? And it curves around this palm tree, and I curve around that, and I straighten out, and as I look, I realize that the road's ending. It tees off, and I'm like, oh shit, right? There's a stop sign, no lights, just stop sign, and like woods beyond that. There's usually, you usually see a sign or something there, something like to indicate that's the end of the road. No, there was nothing there. I went right into the woods. The front tires hit the curb, and they popped immediately. And then the rest of the car just went right into the woods. And I'm surprised the airbags didn't deploy. I had a bunch of like a lot of little trees. I didn't hit no major tree. Had I did that, and I was moving. I mean, I don't know how fast I was going, but I was going so fast that when I realized that I was going to go into the woods, I thought for a split second I can cut this thing and, make the turn, but I would flip the car. There's no way I could do that because I was going so fast. So I tried to stop it, but I couldn't. It was just too late. So we're stuck into the woods, and I'm like, damn. It's like I'm gonna have to eat this one. So I'm like, dude. I was like, I don't. I was like, I got a license. I'm fucked, man. So we're climbing. We had to climb out of the windows because the doors wouldn't open. We were like jammed in there. So we come out, and by the time we get out and to the road, we hear the sirens coming. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. And a state trooper pulls up. My man's wobbling all over the place, you know. Excuse me. So, he walks up to, he says, well, what? He says, who was driving? And I'm like, I was, Now I'm trying to keep a straight face, and you know what I mean. I'm not. I wouldn't say I was hammered, but I had a good buzz going, and I'm like, I'm trying not to show it, and I'm trying not to breathe too much because dude's already breathing. He already has like his breath could just light up the, you know what I mean, the air if you lit it with a lighter. Man, he was like that inebriated. So the cop looks at me, and he looks at him. He's like, all right, I'll be right back. He goes in his car. He comes back out with his book, and he starts writing shit down, asking us questions. What happened? I was like, well, I thought I was going a little too fast. He looked, that gave me that look like, man, you were going a lot fast. Like, what are you talking about? But he doesn't. He gives me a ticket, but it's like it's a ticket for the damage on the car, like stating the damage. You know what I mean? Like I didn't hit anything. I damaged only the vehicle, so I didn't damage any other property other than the dude's car. So, but that's not the funny part of the story. This was a costume party that we went to, and I was dressed as El Chapo, like prison outfit. You know what I'm saying? It had El Chapo right here, and on the back it said property of the Mexican Federal Police. Like I made that out of the jailhouse, regular jailhouse black stripe, white and black stripes. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I said, I said, they're going to take me to jail. I said, when they take me there, they ain't going to have to give me nothing. I'm good. So, anyway, so, he leaves and they call a tow truck. And then, they take the car, and I think dude and that girl broke up for whatever reason, and he was mad at me. I'm like, dude, at first he wasn't mad at me. He didn't say nothing. He's like, he said it was my fault and blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. And then later on, like, I don't know, maybe weeks or whatever, he started taking it out on her about me. I'm like, dude, you pushed that shit, but it is what it is. But anyway, that's my Halloween story. Hope you enjoyed it. Um, Again, don't fucking subscribe. I don't give a fuck. This is for me and my boy Craig.